Hey everyone, we're getting started.
Okay, so we're talking about accountability partners and kind of what you want to gain from that. All very, very, very good. And the thing that is most important is to really use each other for the business purposes. That's why we're doing it. You are going to bond, you are going to get a relationship with them, but really try to set that aside and just kind of let that naturally happen on the outside and dive into the business, because you're only going to be together for a short period of time as far as each day. Your relationship will probably last a lot longer, of course. That'll hopefully be lifetime. But try not to go into that. Keep it business and keep it, of course, all positive. We've already had some phone calls, and so I really just want to emphasize that on the negative side of everything. But on the positive side, those are all great because there are so many different things about each person, and you're learning different things. You've tried different things. You've experimented, and I love how you put it, Greta, brainstorming the Facebook posts and then tagging each other and both using the same post. And then you'll have her friends making comments and your friends making comments on both of yours. And so that can really build. And of course, she's in a different state, so you're going to have that. Actually, quite a few of you on this side. Actually, all three of you have someone in a different state. So that, of course, will be different. It's not just something, it's personal. But I really love if you guys get in the habit of talking to them, and whether it's just on text messaging. But did you do your homework assignment today? Let's briefly talk and go over it. Because if you just looked at today's, we did our homework assignment today. You don't have to have a book. You can print everything out. I didn't see
You
what
have a
everything
homework assignment. Well, I do it.
Okay.
I just moved into a new office. I don't know what day it is.
All right. So we'll start at the beginning. So the 90-day game plan. Excellent. Okay, good. If you print it off, we're all going to be exact. If you're using the book, they might be a little bit different. It's just a couple pages, which is why I'm trying to state on there the page and the title, so you can find it pretty easily. And the first 2 days were really just for you to think, read and think. Kind of visualize, see what's going on. I'll pass it over to you so you can read through them.
So we started from the beginning.
Today really was your first day to put into action. And today was simple. So whoever did today was about eliminating distractions. And I will stop. And if anyone wants to say something that you plan on stopping. Okay, I'll give you some examples. So we all want to spend more time with friends and family enjoying our why, rather than spending precious time doing the things we feel like we have to do. Develop your why clearly and powerfully to help break through unexpected obstacles and guide your time prioritization. Your 90-day game plan will be your tool to focus your goals, eliminate distractions to achieve your why. Many of us might know our why, but I have to tell you, after doing this 90-day game plan for a year and a half, my why is finally clear. I have to say, was it clear before? I knew it. I knew what I wanted. Nothing has really changed with my why. It's always been the exact same why, but now it's laser focus. I know exactly, and I know what I have to do. And there's just no question. And you'll know it. When you experience that, you're just going to know. And it could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be the next series that you're going to know. So really take some time to really think it through and be selfish about your why. And I think that's probably one of the biggest problems that women run across, and a lot of you in this room. We're just used to giving, and we want to give. We don't think about ourselves. We don't think about, what do I want? What do I need? And I think every single person in this room is a giver, which we attract alike. So here we are. Sorry. All just step from each other. But it's okay to be selfish. And if you're the only one that knows your why can't you be selfish? I don't want you to be the only person to know your why. Start with yourself. And just tell yourself over and over and over what your why is. And make it about you. It can be family included. And make it about you. And even if you watch the Jason Wu video, his why was he wanted the big shoe collection ever. That was his why. That why took him to $1 million. wasn't the right why, and he didn't do it correctly. He got his shoe collection and he got his $1 million, but it got him on the right road. And then through a process of different people, he found isogenics, which gave him the correct one. So you guys are already here, you already have the background and the people helping you to do it correctly. But whatever, you want to dress from a person in a car, you want a house, you want, whatever, you want the vacation. Visualize. I just want visuals, things that you can do. And when Pete says, what excites you now, it doesn't have to be this huge, deep, magnifying thing that, I want to buy a house for my mom, or I want to retire my mom. That's all fine, fantastic. But really, truly, what excites you now? I mean, if going out and buying a new car excites you right now, or going out and buying a new bikini or a new swimsuit, or hiking a mountain and not having to ask for time off to do that excites you now, that's your why right now.
Right.
We have multiple whys, different levels.
Yeah.
So find whatever it is, but see yourself.
It could be your why right now. It could be your why.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Thought about it that way.
Yeah. Break it down.
And it's okay to change your mind.
Oh,
As you
absolutely.
go. Because as
Absolutely.
you go and you confidence,
Well,
now I want that.
absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And we all have our deep whys, and like I said, we're all givers. So I'm not worried about you guys being selfish. I'm trying to have you be more selfish. So don't, we're not going to take away from you, not be materialistic, but go ahead and be a little materialistic.
I know, that's one of the
Pushes
things
you.
that I've always
It is.
had trouble with, is that my why sounds shallow.
Doesn't matter. It's your why, and you might be the only one to know your why.
That's just, and that's why I've had a really hard time
Yeah.
really figuring out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to dig so deep down where it doesn't sound like it's all about me and being.
So why do people work? Where do you work the other job?
I work because I need to get the roof over my head.
Okay.
I have to work to
Okay.
live.
Right? Okay. Is that not in essence selfish?
Well, yeah, I'm taking care of me.
Right?
It's just me, and I'm willing to take care of me and Yuki.
Right.
You know?
So the same thing,
Never really thought
and
about
some
that.
people want to move up in ranks in their career because maybe they want a better car or a better wardrobe or, a bigger house, bigger car. We're doing the same thing. It's paycheck, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, who's in the corporate world or whatever,
Yeah.
isn't trying to move up the ladder to get better,
Right.
higher,
Better.
more money, higher, position,
So, yeah.
better status.
We don't have to make it all about helping others.
That's
As long as you
the
have
argument
that
I
view.
use when somebody says that sounds very
Well,
materialistic or.
but your why you do this and what you want to do really are two different things. We want to do this because we want to help other people.
Exactly.
We want
And I
to
do
change
really
their
believe
lives.
that,
We
yes.
want. But who's to say our why can't be?
It's about us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, I'm thinking about the former industry I was in. I did consulting with optometrists, and the majority of them don't want to sell. They don't want to sell. I don't sell things. We had to teach them that you're in practice. Yes, you're in practice to take care of your patients. You're in practice to help them see better, to have better vision, whatever. But you're in business to make money.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting,
Yeah.
Right.
You
But
have
they-
your own practice.
And what are you going to do with
Your
that
own
money?
business.
Yeah.
It's okay. You
Yeah.
have to make money
Right.
to be able to take care of your patients.
I think it was
So
Heather.
like maybe we just have to say we're nutritional coaches to help people,
Mhm.
but we also have, if we're working it as a business, we have to treat it like a business.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
And make money by being in business.
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
There's very few people in the world who don't work or very few people who who work and don't care about the money part.
Yeah.
Almost everybody works to make money.
Yeah.
And they don't, most people don't talk about what they do with their money. Or why they, their why, of why do I work? Like Lisa said, well, I work to put a roof over my head, to pay the bills, to put food. So they're not dreamers because they haven't had the opportunity.
And I'm actually grateful that I don't have to rely on somebody else to do that for me.
Yes.
So I'm doing it all.
So your why is to be able to, and I'm not going to speak for you, but it could be, that you never have to rely on someone and you can give yourself more and you did it.
Right.
I'm basically paying for this kitchen, or I shouldn't even say kitchen remodel anymore, it's now house remodel.
Oh,
I paid for this, and I didn't put it into perspective until Brad told someone else. She's paying for this.
Yeah.
You pay for yours.
Yeah.
I suggest pay for
I
yours. It
remember
wasn't
this.
SRP, it wasn't Brad's money. Brad's money's helping, but it's really Asagenic's money that's paying for this. And, for that
That's something to
pride.
be proud of. You're not going into debt. to
Oh,
do
no,
it.
there's no
Gosh.
debt involved. Oh, no, this is paid for.
Yeah.
And to know the fact that we did that.
Yeah,
We did it.
fun.
It's like the Beyonce.
Yeah.
Raise your hand, girls.
That's a beautiful story.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, find your why. We wanted to use our kitchens cash and not go into debt. We wanted new kitchens. We didn't have to rely on anyone else. That's a why. So then that's accomplished. Now let's move on to the next one. Yeah. So dig deep.
Yeah, and why is it bad not to want to work for somebody else, for somebody else's business?
Yeah. Why give them the
Which I am
why?
getting tired of, So as much as I love my job and
Right.
I love my boss.
See, he's getting his why, and you're
Yeah.
paying your bills.
And I'm paying my bills, but I've only got another 5 years or so with him, and then he's gonna retire or die, he said that. He wants to be carried out on a board, so I'm not sure, Sounds to me like he's not retiring, he told me, 5, 6 years, and so, but I don't want to wait until that time no way, so.
And I doubt you want to live on a limited income knowing that, hey, every 2 weeks I'm only getting paid this, and I'm paying my bills, I have a little left, I'm planning
Sure.
on doing this, I'm gonna save it.
Yeah,
For the
yeah.
in case
Yeah.
little emergencies that come up. Yeah.
So I was very excited this week, I'll tell you real quick. I had 2 people contact me. Matt contacted me, and then my friend Corinne, who I signed up for the weekend,
Yes.
who I had talked to through Facebook or through email months and months ago. But I just let them stew. I didn't bug them or anything, and both of them. One came to me on Sunday, and then Matt instant messaged me on Monday. And I'm like, wow.
So let's dig a little deep with that, okay? Because this is really true, and when you get this, you'll really get it. What have you been doing the week before?
Posting about, I'm always
Did
posting.
you change and post a little bit more? Did you kind of open some stuff up?
I probably was posting a little bit more. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Mine was a year and a half I've been talking to these people.
and they came and they.
Yeah, and I finally, and I said, I took a post, right, and I sent it to people, said, okay, what do you think about this? Because I don't usually do this on my Facebook. And they're like, oh, it sounds good. And I just went, post. I prayed and just post. And a year and a half, he private messaged me, he goes, okay, I'm done with your post. And I'm thinking, I don't post. I'm done following you, I'm joining, and so is my sister. Just sign us up.
Nice.
Bam, okay. And I understand your comp plan, and I understand the product, and I've done a thesis on it, and I've researched it. And you knew everything, I didn't have to tell them anything.
Well,
It was about a year and a half, but you're right, I
Yeah.
posted.
Yeah.
I took a leap of
And
faith.
you didn't necessarily even do it for him.
No.
He wasn't your vision of
Mhm.
who you were going to bring
A year and a
in.
half ago, not anymore.
No, But you opened it up to the world, and you told the universe, I'm ready, I want to do some more, I want to bring in some new people, and all the ones that you're not thinking of are going to come to you. The ones you're thinking of, they may not come.
Right.
It's true.
You just have to
I
open
wasn't
it
dwelling
up.
on it anymore, and I wasn't,
Right.
Yeah.
checking in on them or asking them, and I was just stopped texting them and
Yeah.
then stopped tagging them or whatever the case
Right.
may be, and then, but it doesn't mean they weren't watching,
Right.
you know.
Well, there's a lot of watchers.
There's a ton of watchers. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's a ton.
And so what brought Matt to me was that he said that a friend of his is one of the biggest skeptics, is doing isogenics, and that's when he said, why not me? So,
Good. So
yeah.
people always talk about being consistent and persistent. The persistence, obviously, that's because it takes some people to make decisions. Greta took a long time. But 3 didn't really take very long.
I did. First phone call. Okay.
I don't know what
Sounds right.
But I took a decent amount of time for 2 of the companies that I worked for. But anyways, the persistence comes from that because people won't always say yes right away. But the consistency is always putting it out to the world. It's like The Secret. You guys all watch The Secret? Put it out there, put it out to the world, letting the universe know, letting God know I'm ready. What do I need to do? Who do I need to work with? You know, and we always should say prayers of who needs me today. Please allow me to be available for who needs me today. Allow me to help the person that needs me today. Let me be there for them, or help me reach out to the person. And so just continue to do that, and that consistency will always bring people in. Almost half the people I have brought in aren't people that I've targeted. Half of them have been,
Sure.
but the other half have not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about consistency, and
Yes.
it's my friend Lisa, who I've talked to, who's with me up many
Right.
times, is in hiking with me.
Right.
And so she wants to try to shape, and so I think she might actually
Right.
like us to.
Good.
I've motivated her, she's seen how I, hike and my energy level and how, how I
Which is
look.
amazing, by the way.
Thank you. And so it's rubbing off, and just be an inspiration is really all I can really hope to be, and then,
Yeah.
really fun.
Good. So in a safe environment right now, does anyone have a body that you want to just state out loud that you've really thought of since we started the conversation?
See,
Again,
I mean, I have like immediate
okay.
that I just like to pay off some bills and not work overtime.
Okay.
But
So you don't want to work overtime anymore?
right,
Yeah.
and eventually, I'm getting a little older, but the nurse for over 30 years, it's a little hard.
Yeah.
I don't want to be working over 14 years.
Right. That's great. That's wonderful stuff. Good. Good.
I would like to buy a house in the
Great.
position.
Good. Visualize your house. Take pictures. Go through the magazines. See it. See the furniture. See everything in it.
Yeah.
Why don't you write down how many hours you want to work?
Yeah.
Whatever that is. And mark that
And
number
board.
everywhere. Good. Good. Anyone else?
For me, personally, I think I would want to buy a newer car,
Okay.
and then.
Do you have it picked out?
No.
Okay. So start visualizing what you want. What color you want. What the interior looks like. How new it is. Maybe even the dollar amount you want to spend. The smell. Yes. Because you're going to go for new, you're not going to get used, you get the new car smell. Visualize, well, it's okay if it's like 100 miles, that's all right. It's a lot cheaper if it's 100 miles.
Thank God she
Bless
didn't say
you.
she wants to quit working.
Right? Yeah, right. So visualize, so you all have something in mind, so write it down. If you don't have your 90-day game plan, if you do, just go ahead and get your homework done. Write down what you're willing to do, that you're willing to stop doing in order to put more effort into this.
Where is that
This one is, well, it's page 3 of the 90-day game plan.
Oh, you just printed it.
Yeah, I did the download so I could stay in track with everyone. It's page 6 in my book, kind of just where you're at. Actually, no, it's page 4.
I'll download mine now.
We are going to combine a couple days because some of them are very little, and we don't want you to have very little. We need to work. So, I've been wasting time on Facebook. I started when I get bored,
Yeah, me too.
rather than hanging out with my children, whether or not they're playing video games, which they love for me to just be in there and watch them play video games. Instead of doing that, I'm looking at other people's status.
Yeah.
Why am I doing
And
that?
pictures and stuff.
Why? Spending more focused time on the phone and laser focus. Those are some of my stops. Anyone else have some things that you're going to stop doing that are wasting time? You don't need to do it.
I want to say I'll stop watching TV, but
I know, me too.
Okay, what about cutting down
I
hours?
really want to see So You Think You Can Dance.
Okay. So how about, recording it so you don't have to watch the commercials?
I do.
Skip through it.
I rarely watch regular TV,
And
but I
maybe
record shows.
cut out two, I don't know how many shows you watch, but maybe cut out 2 shows and focus on
It's
just
probably going to change
one.
in a few weeks anyway when I'm
So
getting it up.
So cut it out. So you don't need to watch, I have no TV. And I love Lauren's
Yeah.
situation because I don't have a TV and we don't listen. I mean, we really don't. We miss watching a movie here and there and cuddling up and watching a movie. But other than that, all the rest of the stuff can go. Really can go. And we're accomplishing a lot more. So write it down what you're willing to do. Make yourself willing to do
I have
it.
to be willing to do it.
Yeah, you want to do it.
Yeah, because I don't want to just say,
Yeah.
I'm going to
It doesn't
stop
sound
watching.
good.
Right.
You're the one that sees this.
I have to be able to do it.
Exactly. For you.
Yeah.
You're going to
I'm not
talk
gonna
to
say
your
it, but I
partner.
can't do it.
No, but I could say I could cut that.
Cut that. Cut that. Think of your why. Think of your why. And what's more important, my why or hanging out on the couch watching a little too much TV?
It's the same thing with our health too. So
Yeah.
when I made the active decision to lose weight, it's my health, or I could just keep doing the lifestyle that I was doing. It's that I tell everyone I sign up, it's your mindset. Because, getting healthy it's here, and then it goes into here, but you have to want it. Not just, I need it, you have to really want this because you've got to make sacrifices. Like Lauren talked about too last night. Lots of sacrifices because she knew 4 months this was it. So when I signed up to do the same type of thing, I had to first though decide, like you were saying, I'm not going to do this if I don't think I can do this. And then we're going to why, and I just, no, I'm going to do this. Next day, yes, I've got this. I'm ready. Why I'm ready. And then when you get that, you just now get that momentum, and you're like, make your call, and boom, we're doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does.
Yeah. So think it through. Think it through tonight. Don't think too much about this because you need to move into action. And
I
we're
gotta
starting to
have
move
that
into
same
action.
mindset as I do when I'm cleansing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm cleansing,
Right.
nothing, I'm either gonna do it right or I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
And
That's why I go through all of that.
I got all of that,
Waste
with
time.
the right mindset, and, Frank tells me every time, he's like, I wanna be like you, he says, you have your mindset, you set your mind to something. I told him I did all that moving last week, I was on my 2-day cleanse, and I ran circles around, my boss, and had all this energy. I'm thinking, another thing, Thursday, Friday, those are the days we were packing, and I worked till 8 o'clock at night, and from 8:30 in the morning, I felt great. So, and I didn't even have any shots that day. Yeah, it was amazing.
Are you crazy?
I think I had one in my bag, but I never took it. I never needed it.
All right, so take some time to think about that. So let's go to the next one that I will start. What are you going to start to do? Some examples are organize my office, smile more, carry guys students products around. I wrote get the office more organized. I need to exercise. Be complete with my 2+2+2, and have focus time with the children. Those are some of my I will starts, which are easier to do than I will stop. So has anyone thought about some I will starts?
I never finished organizing them. That was the first time.
Okay.
I got so far and then never finished it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be complete, but workable and pleasant, where you want to go in there, you know how to find stuff, and you can pull stuff fast.
I organized my files last week.
And be great. I've been good at calling my, no, not really that good. I'm really honest with myself. But some people, I mean, I have been making calls, but it's like, I gotta be more persistent and consistent about
Right.
making these calls.
And we are going to cover this as we move on, but with the calls, you know, it's 2+2+2, and the first two being new people, the second two being follow-ups, and the third two being team. It is much easier and more fun to do team. But until you get to executive and usually 2 or 3 star, you don't have the ability to focus on a team like that. You've got to bring in the new people to follow-ups. And so push yourself of I have to do my 2. And so it's in that order of purpose. And do your new people first, do the follow-ups next, and then your team. And I can tell you 100%, it's so much easier to do the third 2 first.
Where are you at on here that you were talking about?
This is what I wrote down.
Oh,
So
okay.
under the I will
I
start.
will start, gotcha.
Yeah.
The 2+2+2?
Yeah, and be consistent with that. And really, you can get that done in a very fast way. And so, and everyone can do this at your own level. So whatever your level is, if you want 1+1+1, or if you want 5+5+5. It's whatever you want, but be persistent and consistent with it, and have, again, that mindset. I will, and this is what I want, and this is what I'm going to achieve in life and through this business, so I have to. Just make that full circle. Because you don't get this if you don't do that.
And I think you have to set attainable goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you don't and you keep missing it,
Yeah.
you tend to get depressed and you don't want to make any more goals. So
Right.
start off with something you know you can accomplish.
Yeah.
Get that accomplished and you're like,
It's really not that hard.
Next one.
To
No, and when you do your calls, has anyone ever made a new or follow-up call to someone where they got mad or angry or yelled at you or harassed you or it felt icky?
in my mind.
So then why, right, so then why are we afraid to make them?
My problem is.
Because we've never, I had all the calls I've made, I've never had anyone get mad at me.
My problem is just not knowing quite what.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap up this, and that's what we're doing the rest of this week. Okay, so I want you guys to do your homework, finish this up. The other one is what do you need to get your business running? And then are you full-time, part-time, and to make your hours? And this is another thing that I really, really want to get across. I have not been able to ever write down a complete schedule, a full schedule. And maybe that's just my family life because of where we were with the ages of the kids. But it stopped me from doing the things that I needed to do because I could not be clear to you or to myself or anyone of what my work hours are. And some always ask me, what are your work hours?
Because I want to know when
Right, exactly. So it's only fair for you, for your family, and your teammates to know your hours. So figure it out. Whatever you have to do to
You
figure it
used
out.
to have hours, but I think you've now.
I lost some of them, now I'm back, and I have to tell you, it is the most freeing thing to know exactly what my hours are.
You do now?
Yeah.
What are they?
They are business hours, because you have to do your family and your business. Business hours are Tuesday through Thursday, 9:15 to 11:45. And then 4 to 6 p.m. AM. 9:15 a.m. to 11:45, because I drop off 9 to 12. Okay, so just do that
Tuesday,
visual.
Thursdays.
And then 4 to 6 p.m. Mondays and Fridays are 1 to 4 p.m. and Saturdays 10 to 12. And some things will be by appointment only.
10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Correct.
And no
10 a.m. to
Sundays.
12 noon?
Not right now. Again, some will be by appointments. So I think if I wrote that down,
I'm
except
just
launching
gonna be honest,
on
Sundays you almost have to because that's when all the promos go. So if you take yourself off, I'm just gonna be honest with then everyone is beat the clock. I was
Yeah,
at Sunday night
correct.
from 6 p.m. till 9 p.m. trying to get
Sunday.
everyone to bonus out and get their
Right,
people to
ready
almost
dancing.
have to. Saturdays, I find I can give to family better than Sundays.
So I'll
Just saying.
say, you're right,
I
Greta.
think most people are distracted on Saturday doing their own.
They don't have time for you
Yeah,
anymore.
Sunday, you're kind of getting ready for the week.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Well, and that's
Yeah.
where you
Yeah.
go.
All right, so I wrote the other one in 6 to 8 on Sundays.
Okay, 11 to 1 and 6 to 8.
Yeah.
Sundays, 11 to 1.
Yeah, now that's for 3 weeks, and then things will change when school is out. And then when school starts up again, then I have Monday through Friday for the most part. But you guys have more, most of you guys have more of a very, not as flexible schedule. It's very fixed. So you should be able to come up with your work hours pretty easily.
Yeah, it's easier.
Yeah, but know that.
Except for
Don't
those that have
get
changing
involved on that.
schedules.
Right, so some weeks this week and other weeks that. You know, you just kind of have to write it out the best you can. But write it in your calendar. And you'll get a nice big calendar that's easy to read and say ISA on those hours, hospital on these hours on this day. And then you know it. Whether your team knows your business hours or not, you at least know your family knows. But don't you can haul about any of the stuff. There's a reason why this is in the beginning. And I did kind of set this off and not focus on this stuff for a year and a half. It changes. Once you get really serious and you put all of this together and you make it serious, everything changes. So learn from some of my mistakes.
If it's not your business hours and people are trying to contact, or are contacting you regarding work? Like if it's not my business hours and I get a text from you, what do I do?
You'll have to make that decision. And you will have to make that decision. Are there exceptions, or I absolutely am not going to return that until my business hours? I mean,
I
you
can't
are
do
in
that,
a,
that's not me.
you are in a little bit
So I
different
did it back
situation.
down hours before,
Right.
and then I just threw it out the door because I'm like, it's just whenever I need to work.
Well,
Yeah,
you
because
can-
we're growing a business right now, so
Exactly.
we're at a
That's kind of how I
startup
feel.
phase. And so you almost are 24/7 at a startup.
Right.
Yeah.
Once you have a practice, you're established, you have customers, patients, right? Then you can, I am
Very
here,
true.
I work from Monday through Thursday and I am closed, right? But you can't when you're doing a startup business.
agree.
You really
No,
can't.
and that's probably why I didn't have one, because I was willing to work to build.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I can't, I
Right.
can't say that.
I hear other leaders, doing presentations or phone call, conference calls or whatever, saying, that
but again, they're
they
established.
they don't chase people, they don't, hold their hand as much, they have to learn how to do it on their own, I'm not gonna do it for them, and I'm like, yeah, I don't have the luxury of doing that right now.
Right.
If somebody needs help, I'm gonna help them, because I need them just as much. as
Many
they need
things
me, right?
change once you get to 3-star.
It's good, but it's the same thing.
Many things.
Because
But
it's
until
first
then, you
and
build, and
So I
you do it
can't
all.
really.
So what you can do though, is you can state the hours that you're office focused.
Yeah.
These are the hours, and we're actually gonna get to that towards the end of the 90-day game plan. And this, we're gonna do this in less than 30 days, and then we repeat, and then we repeat. So it's not gonna take you 90 days to get to a schedule. But you could say, I make phone calls between 8 and 10. I do my return emails and text messages between 10 and 11. And then the rest of the time, whoever needs me, I'm gonna be
It
available.
just kind of keeps you more structured, I guess.
Well, like I was telling Stephanie,
I like that.
first thing in the morning when I wake up, I get on Facebook and I welcome as many people, 10 people on each site. That's my contribution. And then during the day, if I have a minute, I'll go do some more. And then at nighttime, I'll do some more. So it's like, I just know I always do it at those times. And then I call people on this day and on this, just sort of like I clean my house on this day, do my laundry on that day.
Right.
It just helps you stay organized and focused so you know what you're doing on what day.
Yeah.
Tougher when you have schedules.
Right, so write it down
Just
now,
so
get
you
as
do it
close
still
as you
very
can. Then when you look through the 90-day game plan, you will actually be writing this down per hour. Page 39, in particular, you're gonna write out your schedule. And that will be your schedule that you need to follow. And if you need to switch it, if it doesn't work, you switch it. But at least you're trying and you're focused on it. You need to decide if you're full-time or part-time. And it does tell you how many people you need to contact during that situation. If you're full-time, you need 20 new people in 6 weeks. And if you're part-time, 10 new people in 6 weeks. And I've already written down the people that I have enrolled during this time period, so that I'll hit my 20 for sure, and I know that, and then I'll just keep going. So write down the people you're connecting with and that you're working with, and there's part of your contact list.
Do you think it gets easier enrolling people?
Hey, Marlene, do you have the plan and everything?
yeah.
Take these scripts so that you can at least have these, because this is what we are going to go into detail with. Where's my favorite one? Right here. This is what we're going to practice tonight. And so basically, watch the video if you can.
Okay.
But basically, I'm going to have everybody speak to each other tonight. And you guys are going to explain all of that. And we'll start now. Go ahead, Lisa.
No, you don't.
Good night, guys. Have a good night.
Bye, Emily. Thank you.
you.
Okay, Lisa, you have a question?
Yeah, do you, with where you are in your business and how, you know, far you are up in your
Right.
executive,
Your
right,
executive,
yeah. Do you think that it gets easier for you to enroll people at that point?
Yes.
Yes, because they
Absolutely.
see how successful you are.
Right.
correct?
Well, I enrolled Jeannie, who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight. I mean, Jeannie's going to be a little rock star, and when we came into working together, that was the agreement. You are going to be a rock star. Yes, I am a rock star, and I'm going to do whatever you tell me. Without me even saying this, if you remember last meeting, we talked about from top achievers, whenever someone asks you a question, you just say yes.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm just saying yes to anything you ask.
Right,
On it.
I remember.
But she had already looked up my income. She's like, I already know what you're making. I took your rank, I Googled it. It's right there, it's not a secret.
Oh, wow.
I already looked it up. So yes, people are looking if people are doing that. So you have that background, but that's not to say, don't take away from any of that until you get to that rank. This is what I will earn. This is what I'm close to earning. And use your upline. Use my income, Jill's and Betsy's. I use their income all the time. All the time. And so state what each of us are earning. Because I have followed Jill in a year's difference. You know, I don't know if I'll be a millionaire during the time that she did.
Wait a minute, just say that again. Say that
So I have followed her.
No, stay there.
I know what you're saying, Deborah.
I know, and I said that.
Say different stuff right now, quick. Quick. I will be a millionaire.
Yes, okay. What? You know, that's not my goal. My goal is not to
She
earn
meant
$1
the
million
same
right
time
now.
frame that Jill did.
And my goal is not to be a millionaire in that time frame
Don't let me
because,
down ever again, Steph.
I know,
Because
I
you
know.
have really taught me to
but I
do
have my
this.
why. I have my why.
Okay, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, my why is the children. And until they're in school full time, then I will work hard to become a millionaire again.
Okay. I'll give you
But
that.
for now, that's not my
We're okay with that,
goal.
we're okay.
Because I need that balance, and that's my goal. My goal is to stay at home and be be the mom and be the volunteer at the school. So other than that income, I have followed her income. So state other people's incomes and state that you will be making the same amount in the time period that they did. And whether you start now or you started 2 years ago, I don't care. So in a year from now, I will be earning $10,000 a month every month.
Yeah.
I am earning $10,000 a month every month.
Right.
So get that in your head, say it out loud, take 5 minutes. Whenever you give yourself an affirmation or an incantation, as I'm learning, say it for 5 minutes. Also, some of the habits that we're being taught are how to meditate and how to focus, and all of the successful people know how to focus. And so lay on your floor, close your eyes, and don't think any thoughts for 5 minutes. If you set your alarm on your phone or whatever, if you find yourself fidgeting or drifting, you have to start over.
That is such a challenge.
Then you
It
go
is.
to 10 minutes. Another fun one is to, I don't have a pencil, but take a pencil, stare at the pencil for 5 minutes, come up with all kinds of ideas about your pencil, notice everything about the pencil, what you can do with it, get creative, write it down. And you'll teach yourself to focus. And that's when you get rid of the noise. The noise starts
There's
to
a
go
lot of
away.
things going on.
I don't have noise anymore, Lisa. I've had noise for 20, or how old am I? 42, 43? I've had noise for probably 40 years. I don't have the same noise anymore.
Different.
All just a matter of a couple weeks of learning this focus. It's crazy. It's crazy how fast that noise went away. We're on here, so I can't wait for you guys to be introduced to all of this, because it's just crazy. All right. Anything else before we move on? Okay, we're going to take this. And we were, I want you to have this conversation. Do this with your accountability partner, which will set you up. It doesn't look
I didn't text you.
I swear I have one for you, Lisa. If Lisa doesn't have one, then I'll just connect you guys.
Okay.
But, yeah.
I got new people popping in all the time.
I've got some too.
So I'm not worried about something anymore. I want you to be able to explain this. And who here really likes strips? Is it me here? Loves strips?
Yeah, scripts are great.
Okay, good.
First of
Do
all,
you use them?
People.
Do you use them?
No. Not my people.
Yeah.
I made for, okay, we just take one.
Yeah, let me, pass this around to Elizabeth's cards. Here's some things scripts work. Whether you like them or not, they work.
Where did these come from?
I said this business somehow.
Oh, okay.
Tools. They just work. So we're gonna do it. Thank you, Lisa. I think you're coming great. Okay.
Bye, girls.
All right.
Nice meeting you.
Okay.
Good job with everything.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. All right, I'm gonna draw a number.
Oh, now that everyone's
Now that they're gone.
awesome.
Yay, I'm gonna win.
I'm like, we have a chance.
Oh no, this number is for you to do the script.
Oh.
So we could pair up and do 3 and 2, or we just pick 2 people. What do you guys want to do?
Just do it without each other.
Okay, all right, then A and B. So who ends with 8-5? Me. Okay, Greta. And who ends in 8-2?
Me.
Okay, all right, Greta and Sonia.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Greta, I'm gonna go ahead and have you do the script, and you're gonna talk to Sonia. Go ahead and just read it.
What am I doing?
You don't actually need to look at your paper. Just look at Greta. Maybe go closer. Why don't you go and sit there?
You're fine with that. Do I start with, let me explain, it starts with you?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm starting
That's-
with?
Yeah.
So let me explain, it starts with you. Chances are you know 2 people who want to lose some weight, feel healthier, have more energy, age more youthful, or make some extra money.
Yeah.
What are your names? Perfect, great. So you have Bob and Jane. Now watch this. When you have Bob and Jane join Isogenics and start on a qualifying system, Isogenics will give you a referral bonus for sharing the solution with them. For sharing the Isogenics system and products with Bob and Jane, with Bob, who starts a President's Pack, you will receive an $80 referral bonus. For sharing an Isogenics President's Pack with Jane, you receive another $80 referral bonus. Here's where it gets really exciting. When you share Isogenics with 2 friends in the same commission week, Monday through Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard, Isogenics will double your bonus. Instead of receiving an $80 referral bonus for each friend, it doubles to $160 for a total of $320 for Bob and Jane in the same week. At this for opening Isogenics accounts for 2 friends. This is called U+2. By doing this, you have now advanced to the first leadership level and are rewarded with an additional $50 for a total of $370. Cindy, can we keep going?
Yeah.
How did I get this number?
That's so cool.
Together, we will help your 2 friends do exactly what you did in U+2, which is to help each friend, Bob and Jane, share the isogenic systems with 2 more people. You will earn $100 for helping Bob and another $100 for helping Jane. You now have earned $370 for U+2, plus $200 for helping your friends Bob and Jane. That's them +2, for a total of $570. When you fulfill U+2, F+2 within the first 30 days of joining Isogenics, you then advance